Hello and welcome my fab fans to Glam's new video. It's fun, but I like painting a lot. Ugh. This is like such an uneven brush. Where's my scissors? So something a lot of people always bring up is children. I hate kids. Always have, always will. I think there was only one time where I was like okay with their existence, and that was the idea of fostering kids. I just don't believe in bringing any more life into the world. I believe that there's too many people on this planet. It is already overpopulated. Either kill off all the old people or stop having kids. That's been my belief system for a bit. I even remember when I was like little, still hated children, wanted nothing to do with them. I would straight up scare them, actually. That was a thing. But yeah, no, I genuinely don't want kids. I don't like them. I don't mind the idea of foster children because that just feels like you're making sure they can't have a bad life. Just because your original parents sucks doesn't mean anything. But it's giving them a fighting chance. And at least I know I won't make them drug dealers or fight for their food. The thing that a lot of people think is that hating children and being good with children means the same thing. No. I'm a babysitter. I work as a babysitter often. I've taken care of many children. All of them attest I am really great with kids. I don't like them. I find them annoying, loud, impulsive, destructive, bad at following instructions. It is none of their faults. But I also believe that children are inherently dumb. I was a dumb kid, and I'm not the brightest now, but I still know more than when I was a kid. I'm getting smarter. Not there yet, but getting there. The inherent belief that we are all really stupid to begin with. And that as long as we strive for knowledge, we're more intelligent than if we didn't strive for knowledge at all. Sprinkles are so addicting to eat. Cause like I just ate like 5 to like hold me over while I film a video. I want to eat the whole container. It is really good to discuss whether you want children or not with a partner before it gets too serious. Because some people really want kids and then some people really don't. I think the funnier thing is the property. I was like, if you have kids, you're gonna be in a separate building with those. And it sounds worse than it really is, because technically the property my grandmother is giving me is 2 properties connected by a porch. Like neighbors, but not. I don't want to deal with that. It was mainly a joke, but she gets baby fever, I don't. I get very grossed out and want to vomit. I don't like children. Never have. I don't even like serving people who have kids at like the place I work. Work at a KFC. When I notice that there's like a family coming to the front with like tiny children or babies, I immediately just don't want to take their order at all. That's not your fault if you have children. It's just your entire existence disgusts me. Sorry, kids. Disgusting. But that comes from the fact that I believe that this planet is overpopulated. And why should we bring life into a world that is falling apart? That seems more cruel, honestly. Why do you want to bring life into this world? I mean, have you looked around, seen what's happening? You can hardly afford to live in an apartment and you're already thinking about children? That's stupid. You're an idiot. Type things. Like, I'd understand if you lived in like a nice house, well-off neighborhood, and then we're thinking about having kids. But you're thinking about those, having them while you live in the worst possible conditions. Why would you want to put a kid through that type shit? Or you work a minimum wage job and don't have like excess babysitters or people who are retired that could take care of them while you work. Or you make less than a certain amount and wouldn't really actively be able to afford the nicest things for them. Or enough things for them. Kids need a lot of things for like enrichment and stuff. if you want kids, you have to think about all the things the kid will need. Otherwise, don't even think of it as a possibility. Because it's not. It's abusive and cruel if you want something without giving it the best possible outcome or options. Did I put this on here just so I could lean my arm on it to avoid smudging? Yes. It's a big ass section. My goodness. I also state the person who wants kids also does not have a car or a driver's license. It's like, how are you planning to provide for that thing if you wanted one in the first place? Like, I'd understand if you were already really far in life, like you already had a stable job, stable income, stable home, and then was like, maybe I want kids. But having absolutely nothing and wanting kids baffles me. I don't know where the thought is from. Don't understand it at all. The concept is utterly baffling. Why have something if you, or even think about wanting something, if you have absolutely nothing to give it, to nurture it, to keep it well maintained? I also think about this every time I buy a costume. Do I have room for it? Is it gonna look nice and pristine? Can I maintain the structural integrity of the outfit? Can I fix it if I rip a seam? Can I replace fabric if it shreds or breaks? I feel like a lot of people just don't think things through. But then again, I also have never had baby fever. Don't get it, never felt it. I vomit sometimes. I have the very visceral opposite reaction to children than the average person. Because a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's a cute baby. And I'm just like, ew, the fuck is that parasite? I have the weirdest personality. Maybe I should find an article about how breastfeeding too long can give a child cancer. Maybe that will make her actively listen to good advice. No, that's fucked up. I was like, you need to get the kid to stop breastfeeding. Once they can, like, walk is when a lot of people say that you should stop breastfeeding entirely. The thing is, I'm getting these types of advice from actual parents that love their kids. If someone asks me for advice that I can't give, I will ask people who I know will and can. Everyone has to do things differently, yes. That's what makes children a difficult thing to take care of. And yes, I did say thing. Who cares? They are creatures. I already established that I don't like children at all. I won't even treat them like humans. Have you ever thrown a ball and said fetch to a child? It's really hilarious. They understand it really readily, though. So my friend's kid recently broke his arm. So now I'm just like, okay, don't do shit, okay? Let yourself heal. Not allowed to do stuff until your arm is fully better. The less you do, the better your arm will feel later. And he keeps complaining about it. It hurts, it hurts. Yeah, no shit, you broke it. Of course it's gonna hurt. Breaking your arm hurts. I think the funniest thing is when anyone I've ever babysat for said that I am one of the greatest babysitters. I'm really good with children, but I hate them. So it's really funny. Everyone says, you know, you'd be really great with kids, but like, why do you hate them? And I'm like, ew. I don't know, because maybe I have morals? This world sucks. Why would you want to bring something into it? But that also probably comes from the fact that I used to have such dark, depressing thoughts when I was a little kid. Because I was just like, this world is doomed. I just look around at the people that I had to exist with and was like, I am so embarrassed to be the same species as you. So why would I want to bring something into this world to exist with that? No. Sure, there are good people out there. but the bad ones are the reason why I don't even want to be here. So, like, I low-key don't want to make it to age 50. Like, if I do, I do, but I really don't want to make it past, like, 50. That's the oldest I think I'd ever want to get to. Whether it happens or not is really up to life and existence. I mean, I already had a tumor once in the roof of my mouth. It was benign, luckily, but having cancer once means your ability to have it again increases. Just how if a computer system fails once, it's likely that it will fail again. Dear, I'm listening to like a story. Dude experimented with his kids, but in an effect, he's like poisoning his wife. It's still going. I've been painting this one section for so long. I think the biggest thing that makes me really grossed out by babies is that they're not potty trained, which is also why I don't like kittens or puppies. They're not potty trained, and I don't want to have to do the work to potty train them. That's why I like really old cats, ones that are like close to death, because they just want like to like rest and cuddle and eat and sometimes play. That got in my eye. I mean, luckily it was just water, but ow. Slowly making my way down. I can actually find the edge of the paper is actually finally on top of my desk. Before it was just hanging under my desk. Finally made it far enough to where it's on my desk fully. I will say, I'm kind of glad that I'm getting so far. Because the farther I get, the better I do. One thing I know is you definitely cannot speed run a painting. It takes forever regardless. I think the irony is a lot of my paintings I did in one night, but since paint doesn't dry immediately, it takes a lot longer for me to paint. So I actually am more meticulous about where I place colors and how I layer things on the paper. But I always paint with acrylic because it dries faster. So if I want to cover a color with a different color, I just can very easily. When I look up, I look at all of the progress, and it looks so much better on camera than it does in person to me. But I also do that with my own art, where I'm just like, oh, so it doesn't look like shit. I'm just looking too closely. Basically, if you think something is ugly, take a step back. It might be nicer looking than you think. Though I remember one of the girls at con that I saw, I was one of the elastics in the bottom of the wig that's used to make sure the wig stays on your head wasn't connected, so it was just sticking out of the wig. And I was like, the elastics in wigs are to keep them on. You're supposed to like attach them to like the base of the wig. I didn't have a wig on, so I couldn't show her. I only had a claw clip with hair attached to it. I'm basically painting the same thing, but upside down. Like, I already made it past the halfway point. Someone telling you to put something in their wife's tea and not trying to figure out what it was before you mixed it in. He was basically experimenting on his wife without her knowing. So people were just donating kids to science. Though I will say my she actually was used as a test subject for science like experiments. So people do that nowadays. Because kids lose their teeth anyway, so they do a lot of dental experiments on children. Isn't that fucked? I didn't know about this. I don't know if they still do it, but I know they did when she was a kid. And that's why she does not have any actual teeth now. Dental experiments. That's why when a child has a cavity, you're supposed to just pull the tooth. Because they're just gonna grow back anyway. I remember when I had the tumor on the front of my mouth, and that's actually why I have an overbite right now, is because of a tumor, which is why I need an orthodontist so I can have a retainer to fix my overbite, which will also fix my lisp. But God, I was losing my thought. When the tumor was cut out of the roof of my mouth, I was awake for the procedure because I was like, just do it, because I didn't want it in my mouth anymore. And even my mom was like, yeah, she's saying go for it, go for it. And the doctor really looked at me like, really? I was like, I won't feel it, so it don't matter. I don't care if I'm awake or not, and I won't move. So when people, like doctors and stuff, wonder why I won't flinch when I'm in pain or anything, or if there's a procedure being done, it is because I believe if I move, it will ruin the good things of the procedure. I just don't move or flinch when there is a medical thing being done, because I don't want something to go wrong. Simple as that. I just don't want things going wrong. Peace, love, have a good day, my fab fans, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!